If you were a wrestling fan in the 90s, remember how Nitro used to go on like 2 minutes early with something really interesting to get that Raw viewer? I guess that's what I've been doing the last couple days. It's 10:58. We're 2 minutes early, but trying to get a jump start on another 11 o'clock show out there that you might think about watching. I'm Joey. This is the Utopian Cafe for Wednesday, September 1st. We got a lot of interesting things to talk about today. So I want to kick off by explaining why I'm wearing the Phillies hat today. This is the proudest thing about creating the Utopian baseball universe is connecting people that have similar interest. And in the last, I guess, 6 or 7 months, I've met over 900 of you through this channel. And two of the gentlemen that I've had the pleasure of meeting in these last 6 months are named Mark Mancini and Sal Tartaglia. I don't know if they knew each other prior to joining the universe, but I am happy to share some news that they will be collaborating on a show in the Philadelphia market starting this month. I'll get more information on that in the next couple days or so, but I've extended an invitation to Mark and Sal to actually appear on the Utopian Cafe to talk about the show. Let's hype it up. Really excited about that. It's the fact that we would have never met had I not had a vehicle to bring baseball fans together. So when I heard that news, I actually got choked up. Really excited to see that start for them. I actually was a guest on one of Mark's shows earlier this summer. And it also aired in the Philadelphia market. So I'm really excited for you guys. Love you. Can't wait to have you guys on the show to talk about it. So let's get to last night's scores in the Utopian baseball universe. For the second straight day, the Pirates whitewashed the Red Sox 8-0. Harvey Haddix was brilliant. Three-hitter. The Pirates have actually outscored the Red Sox 17-0 the last 2 days. They've outhit them 28-6. Let's see if the Red Sox can right that ship today. These Phillies beat the Tigers 4-1 last night. The Mets beat the Twins 9-8. This was the rematch, if you will, of Frank Viola versus Ron Darling from 1981 in the College World Series. It didn't end up the same. Darling ended up going 7 1/3. Frank Viola left after 3 innings, but a wild game. The Mets take their second straight game in Minneapolis. Speaking of wild games, the Yankees beat the Brewers last night in 12-11. Babe Ruth hit 2 homers in this game, the second being a 450-foot monster shot off Josh Hader in the 11th inning as the Yankees take the series from the Brewers. Game 3 is tonight. Cubs over the Blue Jays 4-1. Expos over the White Sox 4-3. It was the Orioles over the Indians 4-3, and the Nationals continue to be hot. They beat the Reds in Cincinnati 8-4. Last night, just a classic game in Atlanta. The Braves beat the Mariners 4-3-11. This game was 1-1 heading into the 11th inning. The Mariners actually scored 2 in the inning, and the Braves would answer with 3. Both starting pitchers in this game, Marco Gonzalez and Tom Glavine, would not come out of this game. It was just a classic hard-nosed, hardball game, 4-3 Braves in 11. Bulls beat the Padres 5-2. It was the Rockies over the Cardinals 7-3. Royals beat the Diamondbacks 2-1. Giants over the Marlins 3-2. A's over the Rays 8-6. Fred McGriff had a grand slam in the first inning in this game. Ricky Henderson with 5 RBIs. Astros beat the Angels 5-3. And Clayton Kershaw with a masterpiece in Arlington, which I think is where he's from, beat the Rangers 2-0. 3-hitter, 10 Ks for Clayton Kershaw. Now, I did promise some Xbox today. It is going to happen. I originally said between 5 and 5:30. I'm supposed to be at the store right now, but our truck is being delayed. It might even be canceled. I was supposed to be here at 12:30. They had an issue with a prior store. It's delaying everything by about 2-3 hours. So if I can't bring that to you by 5:30 today, it'll be later tonight. But I'm expecting a call in the next hour or so. If I have to be at the store from 3 to 6 or 3 to 6:30, we'll bring that to you tonight. If my truck gets canceled, it'll be 5 o'clock as scheduled. But San Diego at Durham looking for the sweep today. Okay, so I feel like I've shared a lot already, but let's get to today's top 5. News came out last week, and I was shocked to hear this. Just shocked. Topps, who's been the official licensee for baseball cards for Major League Baseball since like 1950. Major League Baseball has ended their relationship with Topps effective 2025, I guess. So after 75 years, Topps will no longer be producing Major League Baseball, NFL, or NBA cards. All of those licenses are going to Fanatics, who hasn't even made one card. So I'm a little bummed about that. I'm not a avid collector per se. I actually gave away most of my cards in the last 5 years to people that I knew would love them. And I kept a binder of a lot of my favorites in here. But at some point, I'll probably start collecting old sets again. If I can make it to age 50, that's definitely going to happen. We're going to start getting some old Topps sets, some Fleer, some Donruss. But I still love baseball cards. You guys know I've created 2,400 cards since last May. I love making custom baseball cards. There's people in this group that do it way better than I. Michael Hidden, Jim Hidden, Lynn Phelps. Just a real talent for it, and I feel that I'm just having fun with it. My cards aren't special by any means, but I really do enjoy it. So today's top 5 is going to be my top 5 favorite Topps sets. So the criteria is very limited. It's just how I see the card, like the border. Just the overall design of the card. Some of these sets I've owned over the years. Some of them I'm saving for. Some I don't even own any. But I actually save images of old cards on a file on my computer. And then I have a bunch. Topps has been doing these heritage releases where they'll take an old design with modern players, or a newer design with older players, and I love those. I at some point, I'd like to start collecting those and filling up a couple of these binders with just some single cards as well. So before we get to the top 5, I'm going to share 2 honorable mentions, if you will. This is Bryce Harper. This is a 1979 model, if you will. Bryce Harper leads the universe in homers. He's tied with Ken Griffey, but I love the simplicity of the design. I love that lowercase t on the baseball. I'm not a big fan of the more recent cards where it's just graphics and high gloss and just all these things going on. I like a simple card with a solid image. And, again, I love the kind of banner on the bottom. Very simple, but this is one of my favorites. Not in the top 5, though, but I love it. And then the cards that I based this year's template on were actually based on the 1990 Topps. This is Rob Deere. Notice how the border is kind of similar to what I've been doing this year. I don't know. I like it. I like I like how the border. So the borders I create this year actually have the color of the team. So if it's a Yankees, it's blending the dark blue and white. Mets is blue and orange. But I kind of like how these are different. Like Rob Deere's got a purple border. I don't know, just intriguing to me. So let's get to the top 5. My number 5. And again, some of these cards are from that heritage set. But my 5th favorite set is based on design is 1958. This is Jackie Robinson. I love the solid background. I love how the bottom is very simple. I love the diamond with the team. I love on the old cards too how they have these kind of cartoony stories and statistics here. This is just a beautiful card. Again, Jackie Robinson. I got this in a box about 2 years ago. 1958 tops. Love it. My number 4 is the 1983 set. This is Gorman Thomas. I love how the top picture is kind of an action photo, and the second one looks like he's like someone called his name and ran. He's like, what? Who called my name? I love it. Gorman Thomas. I actually thought about creating something similar to this for next year, but I think it would be twice the work because now I'm doing twice the image drops. I think it would be tough. So I don't know. We'll see. I have 2 templates kind of in the running for next year, but maybe that could be a year 4 thing. But I love the 83 cards. My number 3 favorite is the 1975 set that Zero is born. That's the set I'm actually saving for right now. They're quite expensive on Amazon, but this is the design there. Again, I love the 2 colors. Again, not necessarily the colors for the teams. This is light blue and orange. This is the very polarizing Javi Baez. I saw something interesting on Facebook yesterday. It said Javi Baez became the first player in history to be booed out of the stadium by the same 2 teams in the same game yesterday. Obviously, Mets fans booed him at the beginning of yesterday's game, and then he won the game. I mean, look, I never questioned the guy's talent or his heart. I just don't know if we should be spending $300 million on a player that strikes out 200 times a year and hits 240 and plays lackluster defense. But I love that 75 set. I could see this being something that I borrow from in the future. Again, just very clean looking card. Love it. 1975. My second favorite top set. These were the first cards I ever collected. 1982. This is Keith Hernandez with the Cardinals. I love that side border. Again, and I love how a lot of these cards, 2 of them that I've shown you have the autograph there. But I love the 82 set. These are the first cards I started collecting when I was a kid. And then my favorite set of all time is the 1987 set with the kind of wood panel design. This is actually a heritage card. This is Buster Posey. Obviously, he didn't play in 1987, but this is my favorite design for tops of all time. Again, the stats on the back. Just very simple. Actually, when I created Peter Gallenbach's card last year in the universe, I tried to make it look like this. So there it is. I, again, love baseball cards. I hope you guys are enjoying the ones I'm making. If you want one made of you, let me know. The set is pretty much done. Not every card that I make for people in the universe will go into the official set just because I'm limiting it to 1,200 cards. But if you want to add your child to one, a grandparent, a pet, there was a former member of the group who asked that I do like 20 cards for his dogs. And I did those last summer, and I really enjoyed doing those. Someone wanted their dog made into a card this year. I'll do anything you guys wish. The cards that I'm creating for the members are actually more fun to make than the cards for these people, because for the players, because of the reaction that you guys have for them. So if you want a card, let me know. Put your name in the comments, send me a pic, and I'll get you a card tonight or tomorrow. So that's all I have for you today. Again, more information coming soon about the show with Mark Mancini and Sal Tartaglia. That's going to air in the Philadelphia market. Padres and Bulls coming at you later today. I'll announce a time once I know a time. And we'll get you a report tonight about 10:30 for all the happenings in the Utopian baseball universe. The last thing I want to talk about real quick is the standings. Like, if you think your team is out of it, think again. Now, yes, Mathematically, the only two teams right now that can't win a division are the actually there's three. The Twins, Cubs, and Brewers can't win the North. And the only team that has been completely eliminated from postseason contention is the Brewers. But every other team still has an outside chance. And, if you think it's impossible, like when I say outside chance, the Mets are in sixth place in the East, and they're only 5.5 games back of the wild card in the East. The Nationals right now are a game and a half behind the Red Sox. The Mets are only 7 back in the East. Phillies are 6 back. Orioles are 5.5 back. Orioles are only 4 games out of a wild card. So think about this. If you're an Orioles fan, I know Bonnie Holmes is a big Orioles fan, and they're terrible in Major League Baseball right now. They're only 4 games back in the Utopian, so you've got something to cheer for. In the South, the Braves are the third wild card, 4 games back. The Marlins are just 4.5 behind them. Houston 5.5. Texas 6.5. The Cardinals 7 back. With 22 games left, that's not impossible. And you're finishing the season with 21 division games. So you're going head to head. The Cardinals in 7th place are going head to head with every team in front of them. So they definitely have a shot. In the North, you get the Reds and Indians, the 2 best teams in the universe. Pirates 8.5 back. This is a steeper hill to climb. The Tigers are 7 games back of the Pirates. White Sox are 7.5 back. It's not looking good for the Twins, Cubs, and Brewers. Twins right now would be 12 back with 21 left just to get that second wild card. So, again, not impossible, but in the West, Giants with a 3.5 game lead on the Padres, 6 game lead on the Angels. A's are just a game back of the Angels. Dodgers are 2 games back. The Rockies are still in it, 5.5 games back of the Angels for the wild card. And then, again, not impossible. The Mariners, 11.5 back. Diamondbacks, 12.5 back of the wild card. But I would say realistically, I would say 6, 11, 18, 20. I would say 24 teams have something to play for. And nobody's going to dog it, obviously, but there's a lot to be determined. The biggest lead right now is San Francisco, 3.5 up on San Diego. Reds have a 3-game lead on the Indians. Bulls 2.5 on the Rays. And the Red Sox now just a 1.5 games up on the Blue Jays and the Nationals. They've actually caught the Blue Jays at 69 and 64. They've had an amazing second half of the season. So, again, a lot to play for. Tomorrow, now I had planned on being on the air tomorrow at 7 a.m., but if this truck gets canceled, it's going to come probably at 5 a.m. tomorrow. So for now, we're planning a 7 a.m. show. If I can't do 7 a.m., we'll have to figure it out. I'm actually scheduled to be at the store tomorrow 9 to 1, but if the truck comes, I'll work 5 to 9, and then I'll come home, I'll do an 11 o'clock show. So it's going to be 7 or 11. We'll find out. I'll make an announcement later today. So somebody agrees with me on that 1987 set. Yeah, it's great. And there's no wrong answers. I would love to hear what your favorites are, of course, as always with the top 5. Tell me what your top 5 favorites are. I actually spent a good hour on this morning, going through every design. And 84 is great. I even like 86. 86 is very simple. The black border with the big block team name. That's a good one. The 40th anniversary card from 1991 is really good. Lots of great cards. I'm sure at some point we'll feature Donruss and Fleer because I love those sets as a kid. I loved Upper Deck. They weren't around very long, but I love the Upper Deck sets. Bowman. I'm gonna start. I gotta start collecting again. Everyone have a great day. Again, we'll see you again later today for Padres Bulls. Pitching matchup. I believe we got. Well, I'm going to have to cheat. I think it's Randy Jones versus Gaylord Perry. Yes, Randy Jones versus Gaylord Perry. So we got Dave Winfield and Tony Gwynn versus Carlos Beltran, Johnny Mize, Josh Gibson. It's going to be exciting as the Bulls look to sweep and extend their lead in the South. All right, so expect an announcement later today for me about when we're going to see that game. And we'll see you later today. Everyone have a good Wednesday, folks.